down here. Here we are. All right. We are live on Facebook. And I'm always happy when somebody rings in because then I know I've done this right. Now, hopefully, we're going to also have our Instagram buddies joining us here in just a minute. I'll always be happy when somebody lets me know you're here because I've had some technical difficulties before we started, and I want to make sure I'm on the right page. I'm even checking my own little page just to
say,
see.
do you want me to check your page on Facebook, see if we're live?
Yeah, somebody tell me we're here. Oh my goodness, this is just the joys of the internet and the joys of, and everybody who joins me every week knows that this happens every frickin' time. And we are good. Diane, you're on the Sheila Roberts page, right? Not my personal page. A weird thing happened. I had to reset some things.
Diane from New Jersey, Pam from Tennessee, Debbie from Florida.
The game is all entering. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And I see some of our Instagram people are here already. So awesome. I know you guys are going to so enjoy this conversation with Jill Shalvis. So thanks, you guys, for all taking time from your busy days to join us. We're going to have a fun talk. And by the way, if you hear something in the background, that is Jill's cute puppy who wants to be part of the adventure also.
100-pound puppy. Yes. Sorry, he's drinking right now. You can probably all hear that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's okay. We all love dogs here, right? We're all dog lovers. So that's great. And Carolyn says, hi, Jill. We got Illinois here, Arizona, Connecticut. I know Seattle is here, Zephyr Hills. Hi, Debbie. So thanks all for joining us. And as many of you know, Jill is joining us from Lake Tahoe, where it is winter forever. And
he said, actually, are in spring today, so I have no. We got spring today. Sun came out.
How many of you guys follow Jill on Instagram and have seen some of her different winter posts? It's just like, oh my gosh, you have to be a pioneer. Do you stock up on, I don't know, groceries and stuff so you won't perish in the cold? How do you do that?
No, we won't perish. My husband has a tractor and a snowcat. I mean, we're good. We're good.
Wow. I'm so impressed. I mean, I just think you have to be a very hardy soul. It's gorgeous there, but oh my goodness. So when you're all snowed in, do you have a favorite winter treat?
A favorite winter what?
A favorite winter treat. Is there something, when it's really cold outside, what is your favorite thing to snack on or drink when you're writing?
My favorite thing to snack on is always cookies. Always.
Oh, yes.
And cookies. I'm not even particular about what kind of cookie.
But it's a cookie.
It's a cookie. And I also, I have a very soft spot for chips, any kind of chips.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the sweet and the salty, I can't help myself.
That's too funny. Well, and I know, and she's such a slender thing, you guys. I don't know how she does it, really. I remember reading once somewhere that you usually have a diet type, like you either like sweets or you like salty. And I thought, gosh, I liked them all. I never found anything I didn't like. So it's like I can't say, oh, well, then I can pass this up because, boy, if it's there, it's just.
And I'm a goldfish. I can't just stop myself. So I have to be careful.
Cookies and chips. Yeah, Pam says, a girl after my own heart. Yes, I hear you. Hi, guys. All my Insta people, thanks for joining us.
So nice. How many people we got here? This is awesome.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. So we've done a little bit of chit-chatting, and now we're going to start getting right down to the nuts and bolts of what makes up Jill Shalvis. So I think it'd be interesting. First of all, I'd love to get a count. Have you lost count of how many books you've written, or do you have a number you can throw out? How many books have you written?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I have been asked that so many times. It's well over 100. I stopped counting at 100 because it made me feel old. I think it's in the 120s.
Wow. No, it makes you sound prolific and amazing. But
amazing. A lot of those are, back in the day, I wrote the Harlequin and Silhouette category romances, and they're small. Boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back. And so those are shorter. They're easier to write.
They still count as books, right?
Yeah, they do. And I have a lot of novellas, and I was just about to say those are easier, but they're really not. Like, plotting is plotting. So
I'm amazed. Oh, by the way, thanks a lot, Cindy. Cindy says you have to try the new Girl Scout cookies. Explore more. They are so addictive. Oh, I could have gone all day without that. Oh my goodness.
Those sound right reality.
And I've been craving cookies too. It's like I'm trying not to bake anything because I'm still living off my birthday chocolate that a lot of people gave me.
Well, my daughter makes cookies, and she makes cookies far too often. I mean, I just can't stop.
It is hard. It's hard to stay out of them. The cookies are just so good. And I do have it's hard to say that I don't really have an unfavorite cookie.
No.
One of my favorites, I call them my kitchen sink cookies, and that recipe is gonna be in my Christmas book. But it's like oatmeal, chocolate chip, mint M&Ms. I mean, you name it, it's in there. And coconut, oh, they are so good. And I've been craving those actually all day. I'm really trying to have willpower and not bake. It's like, step away from the stove, Sheila. But it's hard. It's hard. But anyway, we digress. So we know that she has written 6 bazillion books. This woman is
6
amazing.
bazillion. And that I've been doing this since the Ice Age.
Since what?
The Ice Age. I really have.
I tell people my first book was published when I was 12. Nobody believes me, but there you go.
What year was your first book published?
When I was 12.
Oh, yeah, that me too. What a coincidence.
A long time ago, 1989. I mean,
You've written a ton too. How many have you written?
and I've been along, but you girls are all a little further up the ladder because I couldn't decide who I wanted to be. I tried writing different things, regencies. Okay, now I'll write this, now I'll write that. And as writers, so if we have any aspiring writers listening, guys, here's your tip for the day. It's important to zero in on who you want to be as a writer, because if you skip all over the place, readers don't even know where to find you or who you are. So kind of know what your identity is before you start writing. And I don't know. I think that's good advice, though. Jill, would you agree with that? Or
to a point, I think that as long as you discover your tone and your voice, I think you can take it to any genre.
Oh, I like that.
Because your voice is the hardest part to find, and I don't think you can figure that out until you've written a couple books. I didn't find my voice. I didn't find my voice. I started doing romantic suspense back in the previous century, and I now write small town, funny, sexy contemporaries. And there are sometimes a suspense in them, and sometimes there's a mystery in them, and sometimes there's an adventure in them. So I think that as long as your voice is the static, you can do what you want.
I like that. I don't know. I tried to write a mystery once. Some of you have heard this story before. I wrote it, I think it was 7 different times, and each time it was a different bad guy. I found I can't do this. This stuff's too complex. My brain is not complex enough for this. That was the end of the mysteries.
I love writing. I love writing a romantic mystery. I have a good time doing that.
Oh, that's very fun. Well, it's a gift to be able to do that. That is for sure.
Well, that takes me a lot of time. And the trick for me is not knowing who the bad guy is, truly. You know,
how do you write a book and not know who the bad guy is?
Well, I outline it fully. I make sure there's enough people in that story, enough, cast of thousands. And then about the 2/3, I'll think it's going to be one person. And I wrote a book called Get a Clue a long time ago.
Oh, I like that title.
And it was a play off of the game Clue and the movie Clue. And so that had a cast of thousands. And I really thought from the beginning that I did know who the bad guy was going to be. And halfway through, it changed. And at the 3/4 last minute part, it changed again. And I think that's why that worked, because I honestly didn't know going in who it was.
I love that. So you surprised yourself too.
Yeah, I don't recommend that because it's really, really, like you discover, that's hard to write it that way.
Oh, yeah. I know. Do you ever get, when you're doing interviews, often there will be the question, did something ever surprise you in the book? I'm like, no, because I already told everybody what they're going to do. So, but obviously that you get surprised when you're writing.
I do all the time. I'm not as, I'm ADHD and I'm not medicated. So I kind of bounce around. And so sometimes, I outline because I need a roadmap. At least I have to think I know where I'm going, but I'm almost always wrong and I have to adjust it. And that's part of my process. It takes me forever to get a rough draft done.
Yeah. Well, and every writer has a different process. That is for sure. Oh my goodness, Becky. Oh, by the way, you guys in your cookie post, you guys are killing me here. Becky says I made sugar cookie dough balls for my great niece last night. Sugar cookie dough is so versatile. Oh, it sure is.
I love sugar cookies. And I love them when they have frosting on them. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, those are the best. Oh my goodness. Anyway, well, okay, so this is kind of interesting what you've been saying. I think I might know the answer to this then. Would you say your writing has evolved since you began? And how would you say you've evolved as a writer?
My style has evolved. My voice has evolved. And the times have evolved. So we've changed with the times. Like back when I first started writing, alpha asshole heroes were a thing. And they wouldn't hold up. Some of those men wouldn't hold up to today's standards post #MeToo era, right? So the readers have changed, and we've changed. I hope we've changed to go along with them and keep them with us. But I used to write. I wasn't always. Now I'm known for being funny and maybe sexy and small town contemporary, but it took a long time for me to get there. Like I said, I started in suspense. I've sold my first book. I thought I'd sold a suspense, and then the editor. We talked on the phone, and she said, I want to buy your book. I'm like, great. She goes, I have few revisions. I said, okay. She says, you need to add a romance to it. Like, I didn't even have a romance in my first. So this is a big evolution for me.
Wow. That's so interesting. Well, and I guess the whole thing is if you're not changing, then you're static and then you're kind of stuck. So if you don't try new things, then you don't grow. Right?
Yeah.
So interesting. Well, Pam says over the years she's changed the genre she prefers to read.
Yeah.
I thought that's and yeah, no, I've done that too. I've gotten hooked on suspense lately and just, love that. But
romantic suspense or straight suspense?
Just straight. Hank Ryan. I always can't see the middle name of part of her name. Philippi.
I think
Really
it's
pretty writer that writes suspense. I just read her book. Was it this all this could be yours? And oh my gosh, I loved that. Now I'm addicted to her. And then oh gosh, I can't think of her name off the top of my head. I read her Kyra Rhoda. I'm terrible at pronouncing that one.
I'm terrible at names too and titles.
And I just down her books like they are candy. It's just ridiculous. So I've just, and right now I'm reading some World War II. So I think it's good for us, both as readers and writers, to read different kinds of things and expose ourselves to different styles of writing. And different
completely. I have a hard time reading contemporary romance when I'm writing a book, and I'm usually always writing a book. So I love romantasy. I'm gobbling that up. I love romantic suspense. I still have to have a romance in whatever I'm reading. I'm just a reader at heart, always have been. The day I discovered romance, I kind of have never looked back. But right now I'm deep in the romantasy era.
Oh, that's fun. Well, and we all need a little love in our lives, right, guys? So, hey, hi to all of you who've come in and been posting. It's not like I'm not seeing you. I do appreciate it.
Thank you for all the little love notes. That's so sweet.
Yeah, yes. And Marta says she really enjoys your book.
Thank
Writing
you.
has changed and my choice of books to read has changed. Well, that's very interesting. Yeah. So it's not a bad thing. Hi, Rosie from Florida. Hi, you guys who've come in on Instagram too. Appreciate you being here. So that's really interesting. So yes, we do end up evolving as writers and as readers. And again, that's probably not a bad thing. But speaking of evolving, we were just talking about that earlier before we went live. How do you feel that publishing has changed over the years? And what advice would you have to new authors who are dealing with this brave new world that we're in?
Are you talking like the indie world now?
The whole publishing world. I mean, we have indie, you name it, we have it. So,
yes. Well, for years and years, I was traditionally published with HarperCollins. I mean, I wrote a book, I turned it in, and they did all the rest of the work. They did the marketing and the actual publishing work and everything. And in the last two books in my new series, the Coleman Brothers, Free Falls First and Free Falling, there's a third one coming in July. These are different. So I produced with friends the digital and the audio. And then Source Books has the print. So you'll see them hopefully you'll see them in stores still. But the way I've published has changed completely. Now I'm in KU. So if any of you are KU readers, I have books in there. It's just readers have changed. And it's harder and harder to pay for $20 for a book if you want a paperback every time. So I'm seeing kind of a trend move towards readers or KU or digital or listening. I love that people are listening to their books. That's how I read, is audio. And I was so excited because with this series, it's dual narration. So there's the guy's voice and the girl's voice. And I love that.
Now, did you do some of the reading for your Audible books?
No, I got narrators, hired narrators.
Okay, all right.
Sebastian York, who has a fantastic voice. He's the hero for both of those books. And Lila Winters did the female side. And I don't know how many of you listen to audio, but that's mostly how I read when I'm hiking or folding laundry, whatever. I just love to listen to books now.
How can you concentrate? I can't even listen. If I'm listening to music, it has to be instrumental because if they're singing, I get all distracted and start singing along. So how can you listen to a book and you can write at the same time? That is
no. I mean, I'm listening to a book instead of picking up a book and reading for pleasure at the end of the day. I'm putting my earbuds in am walking with the dogs and listening to a story or folding laundry or whatever, there's just more time in my day to listen to a book than to read a book.
I see what you're, well, yeah, and your eyes get tired after a while. I really should learn to switch and get involved with audio. I have not, oh, it's been years since I listened to an audiobook. It was way back when they put them on little whatevers, you could put it in the player in the car.
Yeah.
And somebody had sent me one of mine, and we were doing a trip, and I put that on. It put me to sleep. I thought, oh, is it my writing? I hope it's not my writing. I put myself to sleep in my own writing. That was bad. And that's what I've listened to. That's probably not good. So
I just love to listen, but it also depends on, you have to have a good narrator for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably part of it too. And most of the ones I listen to, they feel very unenergetic, I think is the word I'm looking for. I feel like, where's the energy with the reading? And maybe I just have not heard the right narrators.
Maybe not. I mean, it does take a while to get used to audiobooks, but it took me a while, but now I can't go back. It's just an
interesting. Well, I may have to make that leap. Corinne says she loves audiobooks. Always have a paper book and an audio going. Oh, yeah, and that was the other thing I was going to mention, too. I think we've talked about this in other conversations before, but guys, you all, if you don't know, you're going to know it now. Those nice little mass market books that you used to be able to get for an affordable price are no longer going to be printed, and you won't find those on the shelves anymore. And that's made a difference of costs of books, because that used to be a little bit more affordable for people. So now it's really hard to find a way to find an affordable book, unless, like you said, you're KU, or you're sharing your books and passing them around, and finding some way to make that affordable. Let's see. We've got
KU, you pay a subscription price, but with audible.com, you can buy a membership and you get a free token every month. So
I need to just suck it up and buy a membership. I'm so thrifty, it's ridiculous. We have somebody on Insta said, I am too visual. I need to see the written word. I get too distracted just trying to listen. That's interesting.
I understand that. Yeah, I totally understand that. So if I was certain kinds of books, I would definitely I like to listen and read the same book, because just what she just said, sometimes I need to see it. Sometimes I miss something because I'm turning to my dog or whatever. And so I do like to do both.
Interesting. So the good news is we have choices. I mean, so that is a good thing. Well, I want to talk a little bit about your new book. I'm going to read just a couple little teeny bits from this. I've got it on my Kindle, so I can't. So fortunately, Jill, hold up the gorgeous cover of your book now.
Is it Free Falling that you're talking about, or He Falls First?
Yeah, Free Falling.
Free Falling.
I think that's the most beautiful. And we were just talking earlier too. I mean, I know everybody likes the little cartoony covers right now, but I still love an elegant cover like that with the beautiful art. I just think that's gorgeous.
Yeah, I think it's pretty too. I really like this too.
This is your new book that's out now, right?
Just came out. Yep.
Yeah, just came out, guys. And so I'm going to give you a tease here. I'm just going to read a teeny bit, but we'll start with this. Duffel bag thumping against my hip, I marched down the hallway toward the living room, a gauntlet of chipped paint and forgotten laundry. All I had to do somehow was say goodbye to Tucker and Kira, aka the human equivalent of a sugar-fueled tornado and a glitter bomb, respectively. Easy enough. And when I started lying to myself, I had no idea. Now, I'm not going to read more of this, because at first I thought it was a lady leaving, but it's not, and it gets really intense. Oh my goodness. But now, so we're going to skip that's the intense prologue. But now I just want to read you this little part in chapter 1, because I just love the use of the language in this. My car, bless its rusty heart, sputtered as I stopped in front of a sprawling 1886 American Colonial. The house, manor more like it, gave off some serious Clue vibes. I half expected to find Professor Plum in the library with a candlestick. I love that sentence. That is just great.
That's pretty funny, because we were just talking about my other book, Get a Clue, and the books were written like 10, 15 years apart.
Oh, that's just funny, isn't it? But I love that, you guys. And there's a sample. And like I said, that epilogue is kind of intense. So you're going to go from that, and you're going to get some lighter. And so you're going to get a lot of shades of style here in this book. And of course, I haven't finished it yet. I've just begun. But I just love these. I just wanted to share those little opening bits with you. I thought they were very cool.
If you're new to me or you haven't read this series yet, you might want to read, wrong one.
Yeah. There's the first one.
This is the first one. And then Free Falling is the second one. And then the third book is Falling Into You. It comes out in July. There's 3 brothers, and each brother gets their own book. And you can read them in any order. But if you're kind of an OCD series girly like I am, you might want to start with He Falls First too.
Well, people like me who sneak and read at the go ahead to the end and read probably won't be
I
bothered
do
if
that.
we read them
I
out
read
loud.
I read the last page of a book before I read the book because I need to know.
Because I want to know how it's going to end. Then I can relax and read the book.
I need to know it's got a happy ever after. And
Yeah, absolutely.
I do the same thing with TV. If I'm starting a new Netflix series, I Google, does this series tell me what is the ending? Because sometimes Netflix and these TV series don't end well, and I need it. I want a happy ever after.
We just did that with a series, and we stuck with this series for 3 seasons, and then we had this weird nebulous ending. And I'm going, I stuck with you guys all the way through that for this. I was very not happy, so I should have looked at the ending. I'm not wasting all that time.
Always do that. And I've had people ask me if this series has a happy ever after. Well, I can promise you that all of my books have a happy ever after. But this series is 3 brothers, had really hard upbringing. None of them believe in love for themselves. And it takes place in Sonoma, on the Sonoma coast, in a town that I made up, Star Falls. And there's a legend that says if you look up at the sky at night and you see 3 stars falling together, you're going to find your true soulmate. And so book 1, when the first brother sees it, the other brother's like, oh, hell no, we're not going to even look up, because the first brother obviously falls in love and they're afraid of love. So each one gets their own story.
Oh, I love that. By the way, hi, Sherry. I saw you coming in late. Glad you're here. I think it was Jeannie who asked, what's the spice level? Because a lot of us, we all have different levels of spice we like in our books and our food. So what would you say is the spice level for this book?
This series is spicy.
Okay, so very spicy, guys. If you want
spicier, not very spicy, but spicier than.
Okay, so not necessarily graphic spicy, but spicy.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go, guys.
Spicy without the actual words, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right. So there you go. There you have it.
If you've read me before, and if you've read the Wildstone series or the Sunrise Cove series, this series is spicier than those 2.
Okay, so that gives you an idea. And you guys probably all know I'm a closed door girly. So if I hit spicy spots, I go.
Yes. And these boys are frisky. And Sherry just said medium spicy, and I think she's right on. Okay, and she wants to know about the sister. So there's 3 brothers and a sister, and I fell in love with all of them. And all along, I planned to kind of sneak in a 4th book, which would be the sister. So I'm still contemplating that, but I will tell you that she gets quite a bit of story in the 3rd book.
Oh, I like that. That's very cool. Jeannie wants to know, what is your favorite trope to write?
Oh my God, I love tropes so much. The funny thing is, when I set out to write a story, I do a very deep outline, and I don't think about tropes when I'm plotting. And then after I write the book, I go back. So, like, for instance, with Free Falling, the book that just came out, I was able to reverse engineer myself into tropes. And some of my favorite tropes were very natural in this. He falls first. I love it when a hero falls first. It's one of my favorite tropes. Enemies to lovers, I love, because we can start off with good banter, and they have to earn their love. To me, that's a lot easier to write than friends to lovers. But I will say I love a good friends to lovers book. They're just really hard to pull off, because in a contemporary book, you don't have a zombie apocalypse as a conflict. You don't have an exterior conflict, friends to lovers. And why have they been friends all this time? Why haven't they been lovers before? So it's much more complicated to write a friends to lovers than it is an enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
I also love a second chance. And Free Falling is a second chance. They were enemies and frenemies, rivals, I guess is a better word, in college. And they haven't seen each other since. And so when she shows up on the job site, they end up on the same job site by accident. He's running the job. The brothers run a restoration. They restore historical landmarks. And so Caleb is on a brand new job, and she shows up. She's the architect liaison. And so they're together for the first time in 10 years since college. And she has a big grudge about what went down in college, and he's completely clueless to that.
Oh, I love that. That's very fun. Very cool. Well,
so that's long story short, I like most of the tropes.
Very cool. Tropes. Yeah. I have another question that came in from Carol Lynn. She said, did you have a vivid imagination as a youngster?
Yes, I did. My mother called it lying, but I used to tell stories. I've always told stories. It's a good thing you can make a living at this if you try real hard.
It's like, Mom, who knew? Now, aren't you glad that I used to lie all the time when I was
Yeah,
a
look
kid?
at me
Oh,
go. I did
funny
have
stories.
a creative writing class teacher tell me not to quit my day job. And when
Oh,
I,
really?
yeah, and when I hit the New York Times list for the first time, the bestseller list, I would have liked to have been able to show him, but I lost track of him a long time ago.
Wow. I had a grade school teacher, and again, sorry for all of you who hang out all the time because you heard a lot of my stories, so I apologize, but it's kind of fun. I was writing stories like young in grade school, and I think it was the third grade, either third or fourth grade. They were always having to hear Sheila's latest story. And we had the coolest teacher one Halloween. She dressed up like a little fortune teller, and she wrote out a special prediction for each of us as kids on what we'd be doing as adults. And with ours, she was predicting that I would be famous, and people would say, I knew her well when she was young. And I always remember that. And I look back and go, teachers can play such a big, important part in our lives, and so can parents and those adults in our lives. So if you have kids who are showing a certain proclivity or talent, make sure you encourage that because who knows what they might end up doing with it when they're an adult, right? Were you writing stories as a kid?
Always. I always wrote stories. But when I went out on my own and I was in college, I worked part time in accounting and I was a full charge bookkeeper. And let me tell you, writing while doing accounting, it hurt my brain. It was two different sides of my brain. It was really, really hard to do.
Boy, but both sides of your brain work. That's really
That's
impressive.
the good thing. I mean, they don't work well together though.
I'm impressed because the side of my brain that does math is just like concave. So I'm impressed with people who could do both. That's really amazing. Oh my goodness. Well, so it's usually with every author, the book they've just written or they're writing now is their new favorite baby. So not counting your new baby, your favorite baby, what do you have a favorite book of past books that you really is special to you?
The thing is, it truly is my favorite book is always the one I just wrote the end on because
Yeah.
it's done torturing me. So I just finished the third book in the series. And so Tucker is the third brother, and I'm still madly in love with him. But
Oh,
I mean, I have to say, there are some stories that I'm really fond of in my past. Rainy Day Friends is one. It takes place around a small family winery. And that story was written because we were on a beach vacation with my family and we just were taking a drive through and we found a little tiny family owned winery that was my daughter's first name. It was the name of their winery. And so we stopped and I went in and I met the family. And so I mean, I immediately had to set a book there. And that's what I
oh,
did. So that was I love it when the stories are personal to me. Another one that was personal to me is the Lemon Sisters because at the time I was writing it, I had daughters that weren't getting along with each other. So I wanted to write a story about estranged sisters coming back together. And so
oh,
that story is the story of two sisters who have never understood each other and they agreed to swap lives for a week and walk a mile in each other's shoes. And I mean, I have just a soft spot for that one.
oh yeah. Oh, that sounds really fun. Oh, by the way, Sherry says she just found Charmed and
Oh my
Dangerous.
God, she sent me a picture of that on Instagram, and that's a blast from the past. I think that's the second book I ever wrote. Please don't go look for that book. Please don't go read
Well,
it.
like we're talking, we all evolve as writers, we all improve, right? So, it's kind of fun to look back and see, whoa, she's really good now. She's good then, but she's good
Yeah,
now.
no.
Oh, by the way, Michelle said she just, this is Michelle on Instagram, said just bought your two new books today, Jill. So thank
Cute.
you, Michelle. You guys, and I hope, I don't know if I ever say it enough, how much we appreciate the support of readers with you guys when you review our books and you buy them and you talk to your friends about them, because that keeps us in business and allows us to keep doing what we love to do. So thanks for posting that and thanks for supporting Jill. That's just
Thank
really
you very
very
much.
fabulous.
We couldn't do this without readers talking about us. And
Well, yeah, who would read our stories? If there weren't readers, it would just be sad. We'd be working in a vacuum, and that's no fun.
Sandy
Um,
just asked the question, do you think someone can start writing later in life as a second career? Absolutely. It's
oh, I
never
didn't see
too late.
that.
I don't care how old you are. It's never too late.
Yes, you are so right. And Linda says, oh, she wrote stories as a young girl. Um, And I was never encouraged to pursue. My family didn't believe in the arts as a means to a living. So
Same.
ended up in the medical field. Well, God bless you for being in the medical field. But and like Jill just said, it's never too late. You can have more than one career in your life, guys. You can do more than one thing with your life. So don't let that discourage you if you have a book in you you'd like to write. And these days, it's very easy to, get a book out there. You can publish it yourself and say,
Yeah,
hey,
back in the day, we had to get a publisher
gosh.
to agree to publish us, but now it's much easier. Oh, someone said, love the backup plan. Thank you. That's one of my favorites too.
You must be seeing the comments, or I keep seeing the comments right after you see them. I'm glad somebody's seeing it.
I can't see them all. Just once in a while, one or two pops up.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, Carol said that she and her friends all share books, and that's great. I mean, especially, I encourage you if you find a new writer to share that with your friends, because that may just become the writer of their dreams or their favorite writer. We have a group of friends that we get together every once in a while and do a little book swap, and so I recycle the books that I buy so my friends can maybe meet a new author. I think that's the beautiful thing about libraries and that type of thing, like a book swap, because it's a way you can meet a new author, but you didn't have to invest your precious pennies yet. Once I find a writer I love, I will just get every book she's ever written, but because we like to have our trophies. But I think it's a good way that sharing your books with your friends is a good way to introduce them to a new author. And then you say, now go buy the next book. You're on your own.
Yeah, I love it when people share, or I just love it when people talk about books. I'm still a reader at heart. I'm always fascinated, always looking for my next read.
Where did I see that? Somebody just said that you were not the same. Where'd that comment go in our lives? Oh yeah, we aren't the same through our life, and can do different things along the way. I love that. I think that's a really good thing to say. Oh, hi, Lisa, you're just joining in. You'll have to watch the rest of this when we get done. We are going to, by the way, guys, aren't you glad when you show up and you comment? Because as always, we will be drawing a name and somebody is going to be winning a Jill book. Jill there it is. She's holding up. She's very graciously consented to give away a book. So I will have Gerhard do as usual. He'll go, pick a name later, and then we will announce that on the Facebook page. I always try to do it on Instagram too, but I'm not as good at that. So I'm hoping that a lot of you who are on Insta either check out the Facebook or you can message me and say, hey, who won the book? So
Nancy, I just lost the last name. I've read the first two books and I'm waiting impatiently for the third.
Isn't that nice?
He's coming in July 14th.
This is interesting. Linda said she was introduced to both of us through Brenda Novak. We love nice. Brenda. Brenda just does such a service for readers with her book clubs. It's just really amazing.
I'm going to see Brenda in April. I'm going down she's having a reader weekend, and me and Rayanne Thane are going to go down and do the signing. So, and if
I know, I saw, and now I'm mildly jealous because I had a chance. I thought, it's a long way to go. Oh, I better not go. And I'm thinking, well, you dope, you should have gone.
You could probably ask her. She'd probably love it.
No. Sometimes it's like, oh, well, that little opportunity flew by, but that's okay. There will be another opportunity. And Brenda's been very kind to me over the years, so no complaints there. Eileen says she's been here for a while. You've been here with us or just here in the area? I'm not sure of that comment, Eileen, but I appreciate you posting it. Michigan is here. Thanks, everybody. I'm so glad. And I'll make note, Eileen. We'll make sure that your name gets in the drawing for the book, and we will check for that later when we get done. So, is Jill a new author to anyone here? I can't imagine that she is, but if somebody is Jill a new author to anybody? If
Sherry, I'm looking so forward to seeing you in June. Sherry just said, I'm going to be at the reader author. Oh my gosh, reader author. I don't know.
Oh, RAG, the reader author get together.
The get together, and I don't even remember where it's in.
That's in June, coming up in June. So that happens every year, you guys. And if you Google RAG,
or just go to my site, jillshalvis.com, hit events,
go to Jill's page. There you go.
And it will tell you what time if you don't want to go for the whole 4 days, you can go. The signings are both Friday and Saturday, and they're open to the public. So if you live anywhere near there, you can come in without having to pay and buy books and get them signed. There's going to be a lot of us authors there.
Oh yeah, that's quite the big event to go to, which is another fun thing that so many of these authors do so many nice things for readers. By the way, Luann said, not seeing any comments on Instagram or YouTube. I see you, Luann. So we will add your name to the list. By the way, I will mention this particular thing because postage is so expensive these days, especially to Canada. The book offer is going to be for US only. I have some other
Or
offers I
or
will
I
be
can
doing.
give you a digital copy if you're
Okay.
out of the country, or if it'll be print or digital, reader's choice.
Okay. Oh, thank
So
you.
make sure you tell Sheila which.
Okay, so yeah, so just have to let me know. I am, I'm in the country, I'm in Canada, and then if you want a digital, if you're out of country, she can help.
Cincinnati. Is that what you said? Is it in Cincinnati? No, it's
Let's
Cincinnati.
see. Oh, Marta wants to know, Jill and Sheila, have we read anything by a new author this year?
Well, I'm new to romantasy, so I'm soaking up the Fourth Wing series and also the Akatar series because we just got an announcement that 2 more books are coming in that series. So Sarah J. Maas. So I said earlier that I can't read contemporary romance when I'm writing it. So I've just discovered romantasy and I'm loving it so much. So
Well, that's very cool. I've been reading so many new authors lately, and some of them I'm going to be interviewing as time goes on here on our Monday get-togethers. So I'm reading one right now. I don't remember the author's name off the top of my head, but the title of the book is The White Lady, and it's kind of a suspense. She got a cover blurb from Lee Child, and I went, well, okay, because I like Lee Child. Michelle, don't worry about being in Canada because Jill has just assured us if we choose your name, she will make sure that you get an ebook. So it won't be a physical one, but you'll still get an e-read. So that's a very good thing.
And Anne says, yes, Jill is new to me. So hello. So happy to meet you. I hope you like this
Great.
series.
So I'm glad we have some new
This one. Start with He Falls First if you have a choice. If you, like I said, both of these can be read in any order, but I personally, as a series person, like to read things in order. So if you do too, go He Falls First and then Free Falling.
Okay, so yeah, so if you don't mind kind of reading out of order, and I should have started with the first one too.
Truly won't matter. It's okay to read them out of order, but some people really like to read them in order. So I just want them to know.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I have to say a quick hi on Instagram. One of my old buddies, part of my old Game Girls gang, has just joined on Instagram. I want to do a special shout out to her. Hi, Robin. It was really sweet that you joined us. I'm sorry you missed most of our conversation. I think it's been a good one. They always are, you guys. I just love it when we get
2 people just said, Jill, what a pretty dog. Jill, who's your doggy in the window? I didn't even realize he was back there. His name is Hank. He's a 100-pound puppy, and he likes to look out the window.
Yeah, this is very sweet. He wanted to join us earlier, but now
yes.
He's more important things to pay
now he's laying politely at my feet for the moment. We'll see.
Oh gosh. So if you want to see Jill in person, upcoming is the reader author get together, and you can go tell us again where we can find you online before I get into that. So
I'm on Instagram, so if you enjoy puppy and snow pictures and book stuff, please follow me there. I'm also on Facebook, been there forever. I'm newer to TikTok and not as good at it. I have a website, jillshalvis.com. You can go there and you can hit events. In April, I'll be at the Brenda Novak signing. And in June, I'll be at the Reader Author Get Together in Cincinnati. And there's other things in the works, and I'll put them up as soon as I know more details.
Okay, guys, so there you have it. So you can maybe have a chance to meet her in person, but if not, we're always hanging out here on social media, and so be sure to follow her on those different platforms because there's always something interesting. And I follow Jill, and I love her various posts with the snow and everything, and makes me glad I live where I live.
Yeah, I was in a challenge in the years past.
Well, thank you so much thank you for joining us, Jill, and thank you for all of you who came. And like I said, we'll be picking a winner to receive a Jill book very soon here. So do stay posted. I'll announce on Facebook, and I will, guys. If on Instagram, if you want to message me and say, "Hey, who won?" That might be the best, but I always try to be efficient and offer on Instagram, but then I mess up. So I'm going to slowly. This is so technology, you guys. I swear it's going to be the death of me. It really is. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're going to say goodbye. Usually it's goodbye first to our Instagram people, but you're just there to stay. I can't get rid of you.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody.
Shut that particular thing down. Say goodbye, you guys. I'm glad you joined us. And anything you missed, just hop on over to my Sheila Roberts YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see. Oh, there it came. Now I can end that. So hop over to that. check anything out you missed. Same with our Facebook guys. And thank you for joining us. And we will see you again. I got something really cool planned for next week, so you won't want to miss that. And I have some fun announcements to make. So do keep hanging out, okay? And thanks for joining us.